Josh,
Huh?
if we are making greenhouses anyways, why do we need to come down in the farm field? We can get 50,000 square foot probably the new campus there.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, but we're checking everything out. Hey, how's it going? Hard work. So this allows us to expand. This allows us to do outdoor, which we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing experimental crops outdoor for year one. Year two, this time next year, our project with Sean Crew will be done, and we'll have our super strains.
Okay.
And we know how resilient those are going to be. And we know how they're going to perform outdoors. Yeah, so I mean, all of this will be farmland for that crop. So the thinking is, I mean, if we want to build a greenhouse on UE, on the campus, and make that a big production facility, I think Archie would be okay with that, and we'll talk about that today. But at some point, we're going to need vast amounts of land like this.
So in the beginning, it's mainly 50,000 or 60,000 square foot overall, which will suffice, or even smaller. You said 20, 30 is fine too.
Yeah, I mean, if we started with 20,000 square foot of flower space, I think that's a good point to start at while we're refining. It's small enough to be able to refine it. And then a land like this, I mean, we can grow to just about as much as we need or want.
Sure.
And it's pretty secure too. I mean, we'll have Michael sitting out here with a shotgun.
Yeah.
But no bullets.
And the camera hop, somebody come and see them zooming them. Oh, they're visitors.
Exactly.
How's it going, Conrad?
You did a project here. What was that project?
I was with papayas.
Papayas. And the water, do you remember any of the water testing? And it's not river irrigated water.
No, it's
well
well.
water is
Well water.
exactly what we need.
That's good.
We follow it down here, and it's go across that way.
How many acres?
23 acres.
Okay.
I spoke to those guys right there, and I told them over time that don't plant anything else. But it seems to me like they don't understand. So when the letter reached them now by August, we went, other that when they just wasted.
Oh.
That's a shame.
Yeah, because
Well,
they
him says
occupied the land bigger.
thing they planted okra.
Yeah, but why plant okra when you hear that you must leave?
Well,
We have not, we are not the person who gave them the land. They're squatting.
Ah.
I see.
They moved by August in this week.
If you want to come inside here before that time, what happened to them?
What exactly? Where exactly is it you're proposing?
So what we're
That
thinking.
you set here?
All right. So this land is ideal, okay, for what we're looking at doing. We're looking at 20,000 square foot of flowering, pretty high tech greenhouse. Okay. Then we're looking at about 5,000 square foot of vegetative greenhouse. That's not as high tech. That's not going to be like a blackout, right? And that's to start. And then we're going to be doing outdoor
All right.
experimentation this year.
All right. The challenge with that, though, however, as it relates to high-tech greenhouses, and you'll now have to look at setting up your operation there to avert some of your expenses, because in order to operate a high-tech, you need electricity. If you're not going to go solar, then you need to stay closer to the.
We are going to go
supply.
solar. We are going to do, I think, some experimentation.
Solar LED lighting. So the power consumption will be minimize. It won't be a traditional grow power consumption,
But the power I'm thinking about that we're really going to suck from won't come from the LEDs necessarily, but from the climate control systems.
right.
And also the pulleys, for the blackout of the actual greenhouse themselves. So my idea, I think you're right. So we put the greenhouse down here, right? But that's okay because we got all of this land, and I assume, if we need more, we can clear out.
Over there, you have over there too. You have a horse farm right there.
Yeah.
We're about to ask them to leave.
A what?
A horse farm is right there too,
Yeah.
So we are going to, it's right across here.
So if we did a 20,000 square footer up by the road where it's easy to pull the power, then we can utilize all of this for our outdoor experimental crops that we want to do this year, and see how those do this year.
One of the things that you probably need to do is to investigate more as to the availability of local supply, because a lot of what we're looking at out there, Kevin, I have to give him about 5 minutes here. A lot of what you're looking at out there is basically the high tension wires.
Yeah. We need our
So
own
you need
transformer.
localized, yeah.
So it's like a 10,000 volt supply. We need a step down transformer.
Yeah.
And probably put some poles in
Yeah.
to pull cable.
Yeah, so those are things that you need to get onto.
Is that pretty time consuming?
It might not necessarily be.
Need to have somebody take care of that.
Right. It might
No
not
problem.
necessarily be that is.
Simple thing that.
Even during the whole construction period, all of that can be done because we can actually affect the construction using generators in the interim, that sort of thing. So it's not a problem. All of that can be coordinated.
What's the time frame on getting the actual greenhouse
Structure,
itself?
2 or 3 weeks maximum.
To have it, so you have
Constructed and completed.
Is that right? So how long does it take to get the actual high-tech blackout of that size to the island?
It all depends on what exactly you're looking for. Whether you're looking for solid walls, glass roof, or plastic roof, whichever.
Just glass.
Glass roof.
Yeah.
That might take 2 or 3 months
To get here.
to
So we would need to start working on the infrastructure.
Right.
So hence the whole point behind building out the UE campus first for our R&D, getting our moms going so that by the time we're here, we have tens of thousands of clones ready to move and put here, because we need to really get moving on this. So we need to figure out our model, what we're going to order, and then you have the teams that can also do the put it up.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a phase 1, phase 2.
We are also involved in the irrigation, the various type of irrigation system, both open field and for the greenhouses.
Yeah, for the open field for sure. I'd be curious to learn more about the greenhouse irrigation techniques, drip lines and things like that.
Well, it all depends on what you want. I was telling him on my way over that at the university, it's a lot. The variable between the temperature at the university and here could easily be 5 degrees. It's much hotter here than it is there. This is almost at sea level. I'm sure if you Google it, we can't be more than about 5-6 meters above sea level right here.
Wow.
What's the water table here?
It's fairly deep, I think most of these wells are below 100 feet.
And is there water rights in terms of digging new wells? And
Well, I don't even think you would need to do a new well. It's wells are all there are a lot of underground mains running through this area.
oh, okay.
It was a special project done by the USAID many years ago. It's one of the best quality water, irrigation water that you can find anywhere in Jamaica.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, and this is one of the lands that it's a fairly sandy loam. 2 feet below is very sand. So even if you have a lot of rain here, within an hour or two, it dissipates.
Oh, good. So it's got good drainage, a nice topsoil layer.
Right. The only challenge that you have here with greenhouses, that I was saying to him that you need to do some modification is with temperature control. It can get very, very hot here in the summer in a close protective agricultural area.
Size of the HVAC, very.
So what we normally recommend is like a 30% shade for the covering on the top. Then we have reflective materials like aluminum that can give you another 4% or thereabout temperature difference, lower temperatures. You can also install that in a, what you call it, it's a movable, retractable.
Yeah.
So you can, in the colder months, you can also use that to increase your heat.
Sure.
You know, so we have a number of options that we can look at in terms of how you can modify and, you know, get you.
That's what that superstructure is on UE, I'm sure, is designed to kind of be variable in terms of the sun.
Yeah. So, but you know, one of the key factors to operating greenhouses is good quality water, and that is available here.
That was my primary concern.
And how is that, what's the cost of that and in terms of consumption? Is it a market
What,
rate?
water?
Yeah.
No, man, it's here. Water is cheap in this general area. Water is really, really cheap.
So is there an equivalent of a main that you're going to meter? And
Yeah, man, it's metered. It's metered. I think some of the people here are still on flat rate. That you pay a monthly bill. Just
it's flat.
yeah, but you have some places that is metered. Especially in the areas that are more active. You have like the guy Alan back there who does a lot of papayas. He consumes a lot of water. You have some guys at the back down there who does fishes. You know, so well, you have people from. I think you have even some guys from Thailand and all that who lives down there.
Really?
Yeah, they farm and live on the farm
Right
right there.
there, out there.
So the only thing we have to worry about in
No,
terms
they
of proximity
cook it,
is
but they do.
power.
Like
just right, giving
chickens
it
and
drop down out.
Chinese vegetables and that sort of thing.
So water is not an issue in terms
Water is not
of
an issue.
proximity from the.
Water is not an issue, but one thing I can tell you, there are things that you can, and hence one of the reasons why I mentioned that the power is of essence. Because I've been over here where they've had a water lock off for a day, too. So you know, need to put in storage tanks, temporary storage tanks. Pretty much you look at, okay, what if they have a major issue in Jamaica? You need to have a storage tank that can give you at least 2 weeks supply of water to your operation.
That's about a 5,000 gallon.
Is that typically done underground or above?
No, you can do it either way. On above, underground, you can put a pond. It depends on how accessible you want it to be.
We do storage tanks anyway at our greenhouses, and then we have a watering system through storage tanks. So it goes through the RO system, and then it goes into another tank for feeding.
All right, because what we do, you're using a higher system for
yeah.
purification.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, because what we do, part of our operations is plastic welding, which is rainwater harvesting. We can pierce a pond, we can line it.
But then you're dealing with evaporation, right?
Well, the percentage that you lose to evaporation is
Okay.
2% thereabout per month. You know, it's
Really, in this, well,
in this area.
it's humid. So it's
Yeah.
not going to have the same level the sun is.
What do you know about what's the time frame to get it dropped down to transformer?
No, I wouldn't be able to tell you, but one of the reasons I said you need to explore a little more or investigate a little more, there might just be available power close to the front, because the guys who operate the table, they have access to the GPS current. There are some of the guys back there who have access to
Right there.
the GPS current too. I know quite a number of farms had access to it. So, before we jump to a conclusion that it's not available, let's just find out whether or not it's available close enough, and then you can know exactly how to move from there.
Are there any large solar installations around here, or anybody that's done solar?
Yeah, we do.
Solar.
Solar.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We do pretty much everything as it relates to agriculture.
Yeah,
and
man. Solar. And that is the way to go to, solar, you know what I mean?
What is the ramp up time to put in a I don't know what size system, 10 kVA type
That's
solar?
huge. 10 kVA. See, what is it
15,
that you-
1500 K,
We're gonna build rocket
1500.
Yeah, what is it that what you need to do is sit and maybe we can sit and have a little discussion as to what your energy consumption may be, and then we can look at formulating
We
putting
have
together a
that.
system
We have that. Yeah.
to accommodate that. As a
What's the largest solar system you put in?
We have not done any for commercial, like big, huge farms, but we've done for huge houses that would. That's trying to remember the sort of wattage that we've done, but we've done large enough solar systems.
We would need a minimum of
we
10,000
farms
watt.
in Jamaica that is run by solar system. People putting in bits and pieces over time, operating their pumps and that sort of thing. Cold rooms.
We probably have to start with 5,000 watt.
5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's going to make a great story too. Is that we're eco-friendly, along
Oh,
with
totally.
everything else we do.
Very nice.
It'd be the first ganja farm run on solar.
Do you want to?
In the world.
No, me just ask you about that one day.
We're already the first ganja farm on a university campus as of today.
Oh, where in Kingston?
Ewing.
Oh, okay.
Stadiums and things like that.
Oh, they've installed a greenhouse there.
We're installing the greenhouse.
Oh, you brought it out from overseas?
No, we should have you take a look at it. We're gonna retrofit it. Let me show you.
Oh, someone is fabricating it.
Well, somebody's gonna have to.
Yes.
I've got video of this space if you want to show it. So.
Yeah, if you have video, that'd be great. I've got.
I'm checking out everything.
No, I thought it was neem, but it's not. They're going
So what do you
organic,
think,
so
Sanjeev?
they have to look at these things.
You're on the record.
Neem plants. Things that you can use to treat your pets and diseases.
What's that?
Talking yourself.
No, you're talking to everybody right now.
So, I was thinking, it's great you have the Google map to be able.
Yeah, get some perspective.
These things.
We do these drip lines. This one is specifically for gravity.
Oh. So you don't really need any pump. You just pump it to the top and.
To the top and the gravity.
Yeah.
Then this one, however, is a different line. This is.
No, sign no. That's a sign. Yes.
But this is sign too.
Yes. And Josh signs at the bottom.
Oh. Or it's the agreement plus the
Pen.
appendix, which creates another level of signed in.
And we need a witness on either side for this one. Which
How many
one?
copies?
It's 3 copies. You're almost at the end.
Nikki, would you like to be a witness? Can I get a witness? Sign it.
Testify.
Sophie, you want to witness this? Alright.
Lawyer not supposed to witness.
Because we
Why?
call
I mean, they call
right.
give evidence.
Call Sophie.
That's what it goes.
Supercell. That's true.
It's true?
Yes,
Never
sometimes
heard
it's
that
a
before.
conflict because you are party to something that's
I didn't know that.
yes. We can witness, once we are not involved in the preparation of the
That's right. But who's going to know?
Huh?
Who's going to know? Go to court.
We are true to our oath.
I'll edit that out.
Everything else.
Yes, of course.
Lawyer say an oath?
What?
I didn't know that.
No, it's the one where you learn.
I didn't know lawyer say
You
an
have to
oath.
take an oath, swear to.
You swear on the Bible?
Or if you're not a Bible person, they'll allow you. Otherwise, to just affirm. To just witness this will.
So if I didn't tell you that you had to take an oath,
Oath. You didn't.
To look up.
As an attorney, you don't have
Of
to.
course. Yes.
One more.
I'd better.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
You really didn't put your hand on the Bible and
You can if you want.
you just filed some paper in court.
No, the one when you're sworn in as an attorney.
Oh, you mean up in court?
Yes.
Oh,
you
yes.
have to
So
take
they'll
an-
be calling. Oh, yes.
Yes, so you have to be called.
In
and-
court to sign
No,
it?
I said
Yes.
I affirm. I said I affirm. I didn't
Yeah,
say
that
I
firm or
swear.
you swear on the
You can
Bible.
affirm or swear?
Yes.
I didn't swear.
Right. Check again, Josh.
3 copies.
And we are officers of the court.
Research?
Yeah, one more.
I still have one.
No, not you.
This one's still
Weird one. You need what? The principal?
initials on this one.
Oh,
Is it right? Yeah, that's what's right.
principal. Check. Witness.
Yeah, for a second. Oh, the signature.
So, what they say, anybody could initial it for you after you have signed. It's just that it must be consistent that one person does enter initial.
Absolutely.
So you don't have to initial it. It could be done by anybody, but it must be the same person.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
All right.
Well, guys, we're just